Yes, this happens when you buy the right company in a good industry with good tailwinds and the stock price goes up 45% in just 10 days. Quite amazing. And it's about Rigetti computing. Or better said, the industry, quantum computing. If you look at the entire industry, here you can see the performance of each company in this industry, quantum stocks. And in just a few days, from 10 to 14, the stock price of these companies went up 20%, almost 20% for Rigetti, quantum computing 40%, and D-Wave 96%, almost a double. This happened because on Friday, in front of a major AI conference next week, where the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, will speak about the future of quantum computing with a range of industry executives. When the market heard this, they think that quantum computing is about to explode. By the way, Jensen Huang in the past, he said that, let me show you here, that quantum computing is still 20 years away. However, they said that, but his company was investing in quantum technologies and workforce to prepare the new workers for this industry. So as he announced this conference next week, the market thinks that quantum computing is much closer than expected. And that's why you see all these stocks going up. Now, if you look at Rigetti, because in this video we analyze Rigetti, in my previous video you can see the analysis on D-Wave, and of course in my past videos you can see the other companies in this industry. Now, if you look at Rigetti, you see the revenue to be around $10 million for 2024, and losses over $200 million. Now, you have to understand that this industry is in the early stages and volatile. And this is the important word, volatile. You can easily make money with this company or other quantum computing stocks if you buy at the right time. As it happened on March 3rd. The stock price was around $7, and then in just a few days, because of great news, better news, the stock price went up 45%. And if you look at the history of this company, went public 2021, then the stock price has declined, of course, and then a huge increase over 2000%. And this is the key. If you know when to buy, when the market doesn't like at all this industry, that's the moment when you have the highest return. Now, of course, as you can see, the stock price now is around $11 and the market cap about 2.7 billion. From this level, it might go even higher or lower. It all depends on the future of this industry, quantum computing. And if you look at it, this industry, what they expect. Let's see the presentation, the estimates from Rigetti. They expect the annual value for quantum computing providers before 2030 to be between 1 and 2 billion. Demand driven by public sector and government labs. So 1-2 billion in revenue before 2030 in quantum computing. After 2030 to 2040, the value to increase to 15 to 30 billion due to broader industry adoption. And this estimation is quite realistic. I think that the total value of quantum computing can be around 2 billion before 2030, and after to increase more than that. This is realistic. Because if you look at other companies, for instance, D-Wave, here, you can see that they expect the value to be even higher. 2 to 5 billion in the near term, 3 to 5 years, Then, over the next 10 years, 25 to 50 billion. And then, after 15 years to 30, the value will be over 450 billion. Now, this is from their presentation. You also have to look at the market analyst estimates. For instance, according to Fortune Business Insights, the value of quantum computing is expected to increase from 1.1 billion in 2024 to 12 billion by 2032. Compound annual growth rate around 34%. So, either way, what expectation you want to choose from Rigetti, from D-Wave, or the market, and there are also other researchers here, 5.3 billion by 2029. This industry has good tailwinds, is expected to increase more in the future. And every time you see good news about quantum computing industry, those stock prices will go up, will increase. Now you have to be very careful, because if you buy at the wrong time at the highest peak, let's say the market value of Rigetti next week or in the next few months will reach $20 billion. Then at that moment, you will know that it's overvalued. It's not realistic, because you look at the industry expectations, what they expect before 2040, 2 billion in revenue for the entire industry, of course, and then to increase even more. And you can also see what the market thinks, between 1 and 12 billion by 2042. So if you have the market cap around 20 billion, you know that the stock price is overvalued. Besides this, you also have to be aware that as this company and the entire industry is in the early stages, they'll need more money to fund their operations. As you can see, for the last year, 2024, they had a loss around $200 million. And the revenue was only 10 million. So it's a huge difference. They will need a lot of money to invest in their research and development, and also to attract more customers to their architecture. And this is the key. As these companies are in the early stages, D-Wave, IonQ, Rigetti, they are building their architecture. And the winner, the best architecture, will win in this industry. The stock price will increase by 10x, 20x in the long term, over the next 5 to 15 years. And this is the most important thing. You have to follow what contracts they can sign, especially for Rigetti in this case, how many customers they can attract to their architecture, and the more customers they have, the better they can position themselves as a leader in this industry, quantum computing, with their architecture. So this is the key, to build that standard, their own architecture. If it becomes the gold standard in this industry, quantum computing, then you know who's the winner, who will be the winner. So you have to be very careful about the price you pay, because you've seen their expenses, and because they are in the early stages, they will continue to issue more shares. You can see here the number of shares for the last years, 2024 and 2023. It has increased from 141 million to 184 million. And as they will continue to have more losses in the future, you will see more dilution. And what matters is you also have to see an increase in the revenue in line with dilution. Because if they increase the number of shares more than the revenue, then you lose in value over time. Either way, you will lose in value, because the more dilution you have, the less value you get. But if they can grow more in revenue than the number of shares, then you are protected against a huge drop in the value of this company. So this is the risk. You have a high reward, high risk investment with Rigetti, and of course the other stocks. That's why you have to be very careful what price you pay. At this level, yes, you can have another double. May happen. It also depends on what they will discuss on this conference, how the industry will react. Maybe they will change their estimates. Maybe they will expect more than 1-2 billion before 2040. And also the market. Maybe they expect this market size to double from 12 to 24 billion. And if that happens, of course, you can easily have a double in the stock price. But as I said, if the market cap reaches 10 billion or 20 billion, that's too much for the moment in the short term. Because yes, you can buy right now. If the stock price reaches $50, you buy at that level, but then if bad news comes, something doesn't work as expected, because that always happens, then we'll have a decline like this. And then a rebound. So that's why it's important the price you pay for this company, Rigetti. And that's it for this video. And if you have other questions, please let me know in the comments.